Skip Bayless has an idea of what the Browns should do with Baker Mayfield. Here is Bayless from FS1's Undisputed.
So everybody knows that Cleveland is stuck.
It's stuck.
That they are. This is nothing but this is collateral damage of signing Deshaun. For plunging for Deshaun, you just have to accept. Well, there's collateral damage. We're just stuck,
right?
Because the whole world knows we got to get rid of Baker because we got to get him out of here.
Right.
He can't stay into the OTA period.
And
right?
guess what? Baker money full of guarantees. So Baker say, I don't care what y'all do. Somebody is going to pay me $19 million.
Okay.
Is it going to be you or somebody else? Because I'm not restructuring jack.
Okay, so I've used two recent hashtags. The first was hashtag cut Baker, and the second one the other night was hashtag please cut Baker, because I want to see them cut him so that he can pick and choose where he goes.
Nah, Skip,
and I believe there are destination teams out there who are sitting back right now thinking, we don't have to give him a 8th round draft pick, right?
Exactly.
like, well, what's the point?
So, Tim, I don't see the value in cutting Mayfield. I wouldn't do it, but at some point, Andrew Berry may.
I mean, there really is no value in cutting Baker other than just to get him away, just get him out of the building, make sure that keep him from being associated with your football team. But, I think obviously if the Browns cut him, they gain nothing for it. The salary's still on the books for, the 2022 salary cap. Obviously will come off for 2023. I mean, you look at this market for him, it's basically just the Seattle Seahawks, and we don't even know what it's going to be after the draft if the Seahawks are able to get a potential quarterback in the future to compete with Drew Lock, then that kind of takes all the options away for the Browns. But it seems like at the moment, obviously there's nowhere to go. It may potentially end with the Browns having to pay some of the Baker salary in a trade just to get rid of him, just to move him on, see whatever you can get. I think to me, the least likely thing that happens, in my own opinion, is they cut him. And the second least likely then is that they trade him without having to pay any salary. I feel like at the end of the day, you might have to pay a little bit of money, potentially a good portion of it, at least half, to get him away, to make him more attractive for somebody else, because you're talking a quarterback, almost $19 million, who we've seen his ceiling to an extent as a quarterback. $19 million may be too rich for 1 year. $9 million, maybe it's a little different story, and that might make it more appealing, but it's just going to kind of come down to when they're willing to finally say, okay, we're going to have to pay a little extra to get him off the books if we're going to send him somewhere.
Yeah, I think that is probably the most likely scenario.